What's up, guys? It's Caliber here,
And the Beast.
And I'm Taro.
and it is Modmouth. I know we are late. I got a little story for you guys. So I ended up taking the HP Omen back. But before I did that, we had a Modmouth recorded and I deleted that. I should have backed it. I should have backed it up. I didn't. That was my fault. I feel bad about it. But let's go ahead and get on with it. So
Right.
what'd you get at the vape shop, Beast?
Right, I did go to the vape shop today. Last minute to be exact. But I went ahead and picked up some juice. I needed some juice, and I thought this was. I want to share this on Modmouth because I think it's actually kind of a cool concept. I know some companies out there are kind of like putting on a fancier packaging. I guess is the best thing. This one is it's by far e-liquids. It looks like a graffiti spray can. It even has the warning on the back or whatever for the nicotine. But you kind of pop that open. It's kind of one of those little, hey, it's not really a spray can after all type of caps. But
Yeah.
inside you get like obviously your e-juice, which is right here. The flavor of this is it's called neon red slushy. It's kind of like a cherry slushy.
Let me see that bottle again real quick, or the can, not the bottle, the can.
Oh, yeah. Do you want the cap on it?
It makes me wonder if they got one of those from pre-production and molded it a certain way, because that looks like a legit actual spray can.
Oh, it does. I mean, like, absolutely. It looks like something you could, like, you just want to spray onto it.
Let me see the
Now-
bottom of the lid. They could have that. I mean, that's what they could have done. They probably got a can for pre-production before they
Yeah.
had shit inside of it.
I mean, it looks dead on as a can. I mean, like, it's actually really kind of nifty. Now, inside, you obviously you got your juice. Like I said, it's a called neon red slushy. It's a cherry slushy. It says on there it's a 75 VG, like 6 milligrams of nicotine.
75 VG. I've never seen 75 VG before.
I didn't either. That's what I thought was interesting.
Usually it's 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, and 90-10. I've never
Yeah.
seen 75 VG.
I haven't either. That's what I thought was kind of interesting about it. So we'll see how. I mean, like right now, I'm vaping on it right now in my G box with the Drop Dead, and I think it's fantastic.
Which, by the way, he found a bottle for his G box.
I did. I found it my spare bottle finally. So
And then his kids got into his little baggie for his Drop Dead and lost his Sqounk bin.
for a minute. So I did end up finding it, which thank goodness. But
But now he can finally run that Drop Dead with a dual coil and Sqounk.
it's just demand. Yeah, honestly, it's just the build deck demands it. Like, yes, the Dead Rabbit, which I run primarily in single coil. It's a dual coil. Obviously, can hold. It's what it's for is dual coil. But for some reason, just the drop deck itself, it just demands a dual coil. It's just something about it. Just you want to do it that way. Also, in the spray can canister, basically for the that far e-liquid, you get a sticker, and you also get a little band that has far written on it.
Vape bands. I freaking love vape bands. I wish
I do
more
too.
companies would include them, especially juice companies. I'd rock it. You know what I wish more juice companies would do? These little fucking guys right here.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I agree.
I got this with a bottle of BFB liquids. It was like a 240 milliliter bottle.
Mhm.
It was fucking shit was ridiculous. I was vaping that for how long, Beast?
A heck of a long time.
Yeah, but I got this and I'm like, ooh, that's awesome. And I think more juice companies need to include these little niche things.
Oh yeah.
Niche.
I think
is
you
that
were-
the right word. These little trinkets, if you want to call them that.
Oh, absolutely. I think a minute ago, I think me and you were having a conversation before we started Modmouth about you were saying something about them including more stickers.
Yeah, I think companies, not just juice companies by itself, but any type of company, whether it be a mod company, well, we're talking about this is mod mouth. So any vape company that makes mods or juice or something should include stickers so we can rep that shit.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
Trust me, if fucking this is by Flawless right here. I've diluted this with vegetable glycerin, but I would, if I could get an infused liquid or Flawless sticker, I would slap that bitch on my new laptop.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because I have a Lost Art sticker on my Acer Aspire 5 that I got in a grab bag. I love stickers. I mean, this should tell you right here if you can see that. No, you can't see that. But if you look, I love stickers. I love stickers. My tech box is down there underneath my laptop box. I have a Body Art Form sticker on that as well. I freaking love stickers. I don't know what it is.
Well, I
stickers anyways? But I love stickers. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
I totally agree. Laptop. If you guys ever wondered, because I listen to a lot of music, and obviously with the laptops that I get, they don't have disk drives. I still have one. This is actually my grandmother's old laptop, but I have this. This is what I use. See, it's got a disk drive.
Oh.
And I use this for pretty much music. That's all I use it for.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like the little fairy and everything on it. My shit's falling. But I like the fairy and the stars. Okay, there we go.
Right.
So I just left the stickers on there. It's a laptop for. It's not necessarily my laptop. If it was, I'd have a lot of fucking laptops. The Acer Aspire 5 still works, so if I have any issues with this, I'll just go back to that and continue using an external monitor.
Right.
But no, definitely include more stickers. Like the Drop Dead came with what, 2 stickers?
I do believe it was 2. I know one for a fact.
I think it came with 2 stickers. I think it came with a big one and a little one.
Yeah, I think it did too as well.
I did. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I put the only thing I had a problem with the Drop Dead sticker was the adhesive, because I did rock that on my Pulse for a while, but the adhesive didn't stick very well on it.
Well, we also have to look at the type of adhesive it is. It may not do well under heat. Your mod tends to get warm when you're vaping.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then not to mention
the heat from your hand.
Oh yeah.
And just like carrying it around and whatnot, that'll kind of peel the sticker back, and then it won't stick properly, and it peels more back, then it won't stick properly. So you really got to choose the best possible locations for your stickers.
Right. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
But what else were we gonna talk about? Sqounks versus not drippers.
RTAs.
Sqounks versus RTAs. So we're kind of on our game now, so we can actually talk about this. He was tired when we made the first mod now.
You ain't kidding about that.
He was fucking tired. I was kind of frustrated with my laptop, and yeah. But so the pros of an RTA is you have a tank. You have a build. It's the better version of a sub-ohm tank. You can build to whatever you want. You don't have to choose a specific coil head, and you don't have to. I guess this would be tanks versus RTAs versus Sqounks.
That's true. Yeah.
So because we have to use the sub-ohm or the RTA's counterpart, which is a sub-ohm tank. So with an RTA, you don't have to worry about coil heads. You can build to your liking, whether you like, say, a 1 ohm build, which is really high resistance for a tank, but some people do it. And that's fine by me. I actually did a 1 ohm build in the Serpent RDTA, which I think that'll be next mod mouth. RDTAs versus tanks, or RTAs. That'll be a good mod mouth. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Alright, so you can build, you can put custom builds in there, you can put whatever you want, Claptons, round wire, pretty much anything you can think of. As long as it's a certain height. That's where kind of the cons come into play. It has to be a certain height and a certain width, so you're not hitting the outer cap where it screws onto. So you're not hitting that and shorting out. But the pro is you can put your own builds in there, and you can build to what you like. And it's relatively easy building on RTAs. I actually have the Keelan RTA, which is fantastic. He has the Keelan Mini, which was a fucking shit show in itself because they're nothing alike.
Yeah. You know, same thing with our good buddy that we usually talk about.
So,
yeah, I mean, like, I still watch this stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I still watch it too.
But as we said many times, from the jump between the Pharaoh dripper tank to the actual
Pharaoh RTA and then a Mini,
yep.
It just doesn't make no sense. But going back to our topic at hand, this video is not about rip trippers. I think we talked about
obviously.
It
I think this is too.
Alright, so another con is they can leak unless you're getting the Dead Rabbit RTA, which has top airflow. Majority of your RTAs on the market are going to have bottom airflow from what I've seen. So if you don't wick it properly, so if you wick too much, you won't get any juice to the actual coils, and if you wick too little, too much juice will get to the coils and it'll just seep down into the airflow chamber and then just spread out from there and just go all over your mod. Beast has actually had that issue.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think the main issue I have with RTAs is really the basically the precision you have to do for the wicking.
See, personally, I've re-wicked my RTA a lot, and I've never had an issue with my wicking.
I don't know what it is. I think either I put it into thick, which is the main issue.
Yeah. You also want to make sure you fluff out your ends.
Right. Mine's always been a wicking issue because I literally have to open the top end fill. The fill kit, the kidney slice is basically on the top of the either the Kylan Mini or any other type that would have an open or a top fill design, and I would have to do that to vent the system basically to kind of break the pressure so it would actually start basically wicking properly. And I'd have to do that not a lot, but you know, every so often, especially if I haven't vaped on it for a minute and then kind of picked it up, and I'd have to kind of do that before I did that, or I would have a dry hit. So I think that would be a con for me, only because I think with that being majority of the RTAs being, you know, bottom airflow, like we're saying, I mean, there is, you know, obviously ones coming out sooner and ones that are coming out as of now that are top airflow, which I think is going to be a great thing in the RTA repertoire, basically, because you know, obviously it's going to cause less leakage, because I think that's the major con of an RTA. If you don't wick it properly, or if you are kind of just you know, if you're having a lot of movement on the mod itself, like say like you're in a car or something in that manner, and you're kind of drawing around a lot, then you have leakage, and that I think that's the main issue.
And then another downfall to them is, all right, so what you have to understand is when e-liquid, and this is with any viscous liquid, when it gets warm, it gets thin. So if you leave it in a hot car for, I don't know, say an hour as a prime example, you leave it in there for an hour, it's just going to thin out, and it's going to wick up, and it's going to wick up so much that it just, again, pulls out all over your mod, and then what?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
See, the problem, it's not really a problem, but we have to take one thing into mind when it comes to RTAs. They're not leak-proof.
Right.
And that's, I think, where, honestly, where the cons in is it really leaks. But the pros is you can build to your own liking. If you get the wicking down patch, you can run off that. And they can produce massive amounts of vapor.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Watch, let me... I don't know what juice is in here. I didn't even know if it still has flavor. Oh, my boxes fell. Oh well. I don't know what... Oh, yeah, it was the Geek Vape box. I'll pick that up. I don't know what juice is in here. I don't know if it still has flavor, but for the sake of my YouTube following, I'm going to vape it for you guys. We're just going to throw it on top of here.
There you go. Nice.
God, that is horrible.
Oh Lord.
It's horrible, but you get the point. I was just...
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't ever vape old juice. I was just getting fucking... I don't know. I gotta take that thing apart, re-wick it, and start using it again. But I just kind of got a burnt hit there.
Oh.
But you can get massive amounts of cloud with them. Alright,
yeah.
So, Sqounks. I know this video is getting long, so we're going to try and rush this real quick. So the pros of a Sqounk is you get to use your preferred RTA, RSA. Because most RTAs on the market now include a Sqounk pin, which I think is fucking awesome. Although, if a person... I don't know why they do this, but... The Dead Rabbit didn't do it, but I've seen a lot of manufacturers have the Sqounk pin pre-installed.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they have it pre-installed, and I'm like, wait, what? What if I did? Well, I mean, you got to look at the consumer. It's like, yes, you can go ahead and swap out your pin, but honestly, it's like it makes it a hassle on both ends if you really think about it. So that's a con because it comes with either one, and depending on what you're going to use it for, if you're going to use it as a dripper or a Sqounk, and you have to swap pins around, so that's a con.
Mm-hmm.
With with an RTA, it's just one fucking pin, so you're good on that one.
Right.
But a pro is, like I said, you can use your preferred RTA, RSA. RSA stands for Rebuildable Sqounk Atomizer, to those who don't know. Another pro is you have the bottle. You have the little bottle. Actually, hold up your G box, because I don't have a Sqounk on hand, and I don't feel like reaching for my collection.
I think the best. I'm gonna pull up my pulse. I think that probably be the best.
There you go. There you go. That looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Looks like you're a little low on juice, but yeah. So you have a little bottle there. When your wick starts to get dry and you notice the flavor's muted, just press the bottle once or twice, depending on how you use Sqounk. That's a pro. Now, a con to some RSAs like the drop is the airflow. The way it's set up, you have that lower airflow, so you have to wait for capillary action. So you have to Sqounk it and let the juice wick up. You can't over Sqounk it like you can the Dead Rabbit. I have two Dead Rabbits. I got one for dripping, and then I got one for Sqounking. And what's neat about it is I have two different caps. I have the stainless steel here, and I have the gold cap. And yeah, so, but the pros to a Dead Rabbit Sqounk, and Sqounk's like a Dead Rabbit, so the Drop Dead, is their airflow set a lot higher. Same with the Athena, the airflow set a lot higher, so you can over Sqounk the shit out of it. and not have any leaking issues.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it is to say, so like, I haven't tried squonking with this yet, just because I gotta change the cotton, so forgive me. But I have dual coils in here, and I don't have, my pulse wouldn't be able to supply the power for the dual coils. But I feel something like this, you would be able to flood it too easily, and it would just have juice all over the place. The same concept goes with the Pulse RTA. The only one that I can say you can kind of squonk the piss out of is the recurve. Beast has had issues with it leaking a little bit. I haven't had too many issues with that. I think it's just really on how hard you press the bottle and it builds up pressure, and it goes. It's really what it is. But you can actually coat the coils with that. So that is a pro. Some RSAs are not leaky. I mean, I'm sure if you squonk the dead rabbit and turn it to the side, of course, you're going to get a lot of juice out of there. But you take a look at something like the 502, the way it's got that intricate airflow that Jay Hayes, the man himself, designed. It's the way it's designed, it's literally leak proof. You can fill the thing up, you can turn it to the side, it's not going to leak on you. So and to me, squonking is more convenient. I mean, yes, you're still filling something up. You still have to fill a bottle up, but I don't know, squonking's more convenient. It's the better version of an RTA, really, or an RDTA. Now, the downfall to it is, this Beast can actually comment on this, is when you're driving.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm me being a truck driver. I mean, like, I think everybody at this point knows that I am. If you have to, like, if you're running low on the obviously, in your squonk bottle, you have to fill it up. You have to find a spot to pull over at just to be able to do that. Because, I mean, yeah, you could do it as you're driving. I mean, they make it to where it's easier, but in the same sense, you're having to take the actual device apart with the Pulse, especially. You got to take off the front, take off the back. And the easiest way to kind of get the bottle is that you can use the notch, but if you don't have fingernails, you can't.
Well, you don't have to take the back off to get the bottle out.
No, that's what I'm getting at. Is you could use your fingernail for the where the notch is, but if you don't have nails, you're going to have to probably pop out the battery just kind of get the bottle out itself.
Yeah.
And especially if you're kind of like worried about, obviously driving and such, you're not really kind of worried about that.
But there is a thing to remedy that. Mm. When you're driving, vape less. You vape less, you're not going through as much juice, and if you're not going through as much juice, you're also not going to have to refill the bottle as much.
That's true, but
also it's a bit. Even if you're a passenger, it is a bitch to fill up a bottle in the truck.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You're hitting the fucking bombs and it's like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
It's fucking hard to drip when you're a passenger. So let me show you. So if you're dripping, you're sitting there, you hit a bump and it's like, oh shit, my thing just touched. And literally that's happened to me.
Right.
But I think we narrowed down the pros and the cons of each. There's probably more cons to it, but I haven't found any.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, con. You go through a lot more juice.
Oh yeah, I think that's both. And I think the problem is like I think we mentioned this before. I think in the last video, the actual original video. I think the issue is that when you are in the smoking realm, at least, I know this. It probably is the same way in the RTA, opposed to like dripping or like a pre-made coil or whatever have you. You're looking for that saturated vape at all points because that's where the most flavor comes from. But in a moving situation, it's hard to kind of keep up or maintain that juice level, really, because you're like, oh, well, I need to have like I'm already running out of juice. I'm gonna have to freaking kind of fill it up or whatever. So you got to go through the whole process at that point.
The whole process, and the reason I say you go through a lot more juice is because obviously you're filling up the bottle. Yep. And then as you're squonking, you may over squonk, and it's a process that uses a lot more juice. Same with an RTA, uses a ton of juice. I feel I'm a dripper. I prefer dripping. I like squonking, don't get me wrong. Squonking's one of those things that's a special occasion for me. I have to be doing something like extremely fancy for me to pull out a sqounk. Or if I just want somewhat of a convenience of squonking, then I'll pull out a sqounk. But for me, dripping, I use a lot less juice. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So yeah. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to S13_the_Beast. And don't forget to subscribe to Tarot Storm up there in the corner. Her camera's not working, so yeah. But anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.